In his haste, Hastings tore the envelope. It is not a good time. Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time it is an easy one. Cheston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It is a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag. Bexley-on-Sea, Sussex, population 24,703. I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time. Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight.
やべえ。
It is not a good time.
資格を押しても何も出なかったぞ。何これ。何も出ねえな。
It is not a good time.
時期が悪い。何のこと？
It is not the right time.
新聞は見たか。
Ah, some cool air.
涼しいって言われてもな。今のところ犯人の共通点がないんだよな。
Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time it is an easy one. Just on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It is a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC.
これ以上動かせないのか。 間違えた。違うな。違う。わかんねえ。他の ABC の手紙ね。それがどこにあんの？
It is not a good time.
時期が悪い。
It is not a good time.
どういう意味だ？時期が悪いって。動かせないか、こっちは。手紙どこに保管してんの？
It is not the right time.
いや、わかんねえ。手紙どこ保管してんのかな。違うな。これじゃねえの
？It is not a good time.
時期が悪い。なんでこれがダメなんだ？これじゃないのか、手紙は。他に調べるものってどれ？
Hello, chap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Cheston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
さて、他の ABC の手紙と比べるって、あれ？いつの間に入ってきた？
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
Hastings' order and method are always necessary, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay. I'll let you pack them.
All the same, it really is a disgrace to leave your belongings in such a mess.
バスタオル。何これ？パジャマ。保護されてない瓶。どういう意味？歯磨き粉。靴下。
Voila. It only took a minute.
Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning, after the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
他の2通と比べてみましょうって言ってもこれが出てこないんだよな。
Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one.
あ、後なんだ。
Let us examine this more closely.
Hmm? あ、ボアポートとここか。
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
共通点。あれ。
Let us examine the characters in this word.
ここが
No,
違うよね。
this character does not appear to have any defects. Let us examine another word.
あれ、読み方が違うってわけじゃないのか。ABC。
Yes, this I is weird. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
W が消えてるやつだろ。あとは。
The W is not printed properly. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
ABC ぐらいかな。
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
なぜ殺人予告が遅れたのか。多分間違った住所だからだよね。これかな？
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man. He retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
Combside.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon.
さて、なんだこれは。
Jab has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth.
何これ。指輪。
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
クラーク家の紋章ね。財布？
Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
メガネ？何これ、懐中時計か。
An Oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened.
あとはキーケースか。
It is pointless.
いや、無意味じゃないだろう。1個鍵がないぞ。
Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder.
おう、プロフェッショナルの仕事なんだ。
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time.
あと2つ。
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises.
あと1個どこだ。あ、これ
The
か。
gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush.
あれ、まだなんか調べ足りていないのか。
The body is just in front of a bush, one of the only bushes in the surrounding area.
こりゃなんだ。
This place is very calming.
何これ、この穴は。 ウサギの花。野生の花。
The sight is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
あれ、どっちだ？こっちに行けばいいのか？
I'm not going to leave now. I still have some clues to find.
え、まだなんか手がかりがあった？あ、これか。何これ？
The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled.
踏み荒らされ
Let
た。
us now try and get our brain cells to work.
まあこれが1個だよね。茂みに背を向けていた。
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
まず被害者は背を向けていた。調べた芝生がある。一つだけだよね。うん、だよね。
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
まあ、
The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
犯行は非常に残虐。強盗じゃないよね。じゃあ三
The
角だね。
murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
さて、じゃあ移動かな。
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest. It is not the right time.
今は必要ありません。
It is not the right time.
ああ、話を聞かなきゃいけないのね。
There is something elegant about her.
いやまあ、これは古いブローチ。クラシックのスタイルブラウス。
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him.
一生に一度のチャンスだ。
It is a once-in-a-lifetime.
マジで
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Was it a dark night?
It was a new moon. I took a lantern.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming. Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. I'm not going to leave now. The interior is richly decorated. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme.
竜が好きなのこの人は。じゃないや、この人じゃないや。被害者が。
There are some very valuable objects here. A tiger. It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic. A turtle. A dragon. A crane?
ほうか、じゃあ。これなんだ
Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935. There are some very valuable objects here.
これなんだ？世界地図？
Traditional Chinese map.
中国の地図？
South is on the top of the map.
南が上に描かれています。ああ、南が上なんだ。ってことはそれにちなんでこっち側が上になってんのね。なんだこれ。
It's locked.
鍵がかかってる。考察。何を？
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
なんだこれ。北だからこ
The
れ。
position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
どうだっけ？こうかな。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him.
ああ、これ、そういうことね。なんか違うんだな、これは。ちょっと待て。 て、これなんか色まで見なきゃいけないのか。色なんかないぞ。どういうこと？
A crane?
色はなんだ？これか。上側が赤、白、青、黒か。
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
で、これを回して、
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. I think I heard a bang. Could it be this cupboard? This is interesting.
なんだこりゃ。これは何？
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churstone, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
末期がんか、さっきの人。
These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
Here's Miss Gray.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered.
あれ
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangxi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colors.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
Did you have a good relationship with your employer?
He treated me well, and I am sorry for his death.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
Tell me what happened last night.
After dinner? Well, I did some sewing, and then I went to bed.
裁縫をした。
I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns, and they found the body.
What are your feelings about Franklin Clark?
What an odd question. Of course I think he's a good man. He's energetic, nice, very sociable.
Miss Gray, if I may be so bold, please do not take offense. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Gray at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
待つ。
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path.
He then passes the bush and continues on his way to the house.
あら。
No, Sir Clark used to gaze at the sea. Let us think again. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
待つ。
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path.
多分ここで景色に見とれて
Then
る
he
んだろうな。
turns towards the sea to
あ、違
gaze
う
at it.
あ、いいのか。正解だ。右から左からなんだろうこりゃ。じゃあ右からにした
The
らどう
killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass.
喉を切り
Then
裂
he
くと
throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, Monsieur Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
オッケー。誰こいつ。
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
え
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes, indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
あれこいつ犯人じゃね全く関係ないとこから一人登場人物が現れたぞ。
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
変形可能なオブジェクトを獲得しました。変形させるにはインベントリーのオブジェクトを選び三角を考察します。それから R1 を入力してください。変形アイコンはオブジェクトを変形させるときのみに表示されます。なんだこりゃバネが 何すんだ。全員を観察する。
Donald is always on edge.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he's trying hard to control himself. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time. She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him? Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel.
Hmm? で観察したよね。まさかこっちもか。
Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. I ought to concentrate on my guests. I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
Megan, dear girl, please be patient.
Mr. Poirot, how dare you address me by my first name?
Please excuse me, mademoiselle. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name, by chance, starts with P.
Must we go into that?
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
ああ、違うか、これね。
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard? Did your sister say if she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behavior. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
ABC がなければアッシャーさんとフレイザーさんを疑っていたでしょう。サインを残すことで自分に容易がかかるようにし、そう考えると犯人は寛大なのかもしれません。違うな。犯人は知的か。違うのか。知的だよね。自信家か。人に命じ魅力的か。これだよね。列車好きか。冷静だよね。寛大か。
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
Well, Mademoiselle Drower, do you wish to help us or not?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, don't be so harsh.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
共通点。最後は暴力的じゃなかったな。あっしゃ。 共通点ね。これかな。違うんだよね。どれだ。共通点。これなのかな。あ、いった。喉だよね。
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
いや、もう ABC 終わったんじゃないの。どういうこと？ ABC3 人被害者出たんだけど。
Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I have to take Miss Gray to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Are you going on holiday, mademoiselle?
Not exactly, Mr. Poirot.
Miss Gray very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
はい、では今回ここまでにしたいと思います。見に来てくださった方々、最後まで見てくださった方々、ありがとうございました。それではまた。